Murder Mystery 2 is a 2023 American action comedy mystery film directed by Jeremy Garelick and written by James Vanderbilt. It is a sequel to the 2019 film Murder Mystery, and it stars Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston. Murder Mystery 2 was released by Netflix on March 31, 2023. Adam Sandler as Nick Spitz. Jennifer Aniston as Audrey Spitz. Mark Strong as Connor Miller. Melanie Laurent as Claudette. Jodie Turner-Smith as Countess Secco. John Connie as Colonel Olenga. Kuha Varma as Syra. Danny Boone as Inspector Delacroix. Adil Akhtar as the Maharaja. Enrique Arce as Francisco. Zarin Villanueva as Imani. Jillian Bell as Susan. Tony Goldwyn as Silver Fox. Annie Mumolo as Mrs. Silver Fox. Miao Liang as Mr. Liu. Carlos Ponce as the pilot. The next morning, the group is joined by a team of professional detectives, led by former MI6 hostage negotiator Connor Miller. The kidnapper calls and tasks Nick to deliver a ransom of $70 million to the Arc de Triomphe in Paris in exchange for Vic. Traveling to Paris, Miller takes Nick and Audrey to the exchange point. The kidnappers force the couple into a van at gunpoint. At the wedding, Audrey notices a cloaked figure following Vic's elephant. A dead body falls from the elephant and turns out to be Vic's bodyguard. Nick suspects that it is a diversion and watches Vic's abduction by a mysterious figure. Realizing that they are once again ensnared in a conspiracy, the couple determines that at least two perpetrators must have been involved, one to create the diversion and the other to kidnap Vic. There, they meet Vic's French fiancée, Claudette Joubert, his flirtatious business partner, Francisco Perez, his former fiancée, Countess Secco, Secco's lady-in-waiting, Imani, Vic's reticent sister, Syra, his ruthless bodyguard, Lou, and the couple's old friend, Colonel Olenga, who is now missing his left arm after saving Vic from an assassination attempt in Mumbai. For years after their escapade in Monte Carlo, Nick and Audrey Spitz work as full-time private detectives. Accepting an invitation from their friend, Vikram the Maharaja Govindan, to attend his wedding on his private island, they hope their association with him will lend their failing detective agency some professional credibility. Susan and Delacroix instantly fall in love after Delacroix shows her how to make circles with smoke. Up on the top floor, Audrey reappears and Nick helps her tie Miller's harness to the tower's elevator mechanism, throwing him into the rotor blades of his getaway helicopter, which explodes and crashes into the Seine. Returning to the restaurant, Audrey mistakes Syra's darkened arm for blood, but Syra insists that her henna smeared during the commotion. Audrey remarks that once dried. Was looking for her long-lost lover Gary, but Audrey clings to his harness and is pulled to the top floor. Nick pursues them, subdues Miller's men, and destroys the detonator. Miller throws Audrey, who is still connected to his harness, off the tower. The two men engage in hand-to-hand combat, culminating with Nick opening the briefcase and dispersing the money into the wind. Meanwhile, the group helps disengage Vic's bomb, and Susan tends to Delacroix, who was shot by Miller. Requesting Vic be brought to the Lou Jules Verne restaurant at the Eiffel Tower. Vic appears at the rendezvous, strapped into a bomb vest. Nick reasons that the killer would never jeopardize the ransom. As suspected, the bomb's countdown is suspended, and Miller, the mastermind of the abduction, appears. He had faked his death by hiding in a bomb-proof titanium chamber within the car moments before the explosion. He attempts to kill the group, along with Susan, a lonesome widow, who only to be robbed of it when hit by a truck. With the assistance of Inspector Laurent Delacroix, Nick and Audrey trace the truck to a countryside chateau where they are ambushed by Secco and Imani, who insist they are not the kidnappers and only want the money. Secco shoots Imani and attempts to kill the couple by knocking over a candle to ignite the room, but is shot dead by a dying Imani. Nick and Audrey escape and call Delacroix and the others. Inside, the couple fights them, ending with the kidnappers dead and the van crashing into Café Procope. They realize they are being framed for Vic's abduction with footage of Nick running out of the tent brandishing a knife. Miller then arrives and clarifies that the footage is a deep fake. After taking the briefcase of money and asking them to meet him at the La Madeleine, Miller is seemingly killed when his car explodes. A mysterious figure steals the briefcase. With the commotion concluded, Vic and Claudette give Nick and Audrey $10 million and the use of Vic's helicopter. On a honeymoon in Greece, they are accosted in air at gunpoint by their supposedly European helicopter pilot who turns out to be American. He steals the millions and jumps out of the helicopter, leaving them scrambling for the controls. Henna does not smear and remembers that Syra was not present when Vic's elephant was ushered into the reception ceremony, and realizes that the clothes of the cloaked figure who killed Lou had a wet henna stain, not blood. Syra ends up being the second conspirator. She was upset that Vic's parents gave him sole control over the business, and she had previously tried to kill him in Mumbai. Exposed, Syra attempts to shoot Vic, but he is shielded by Olenga, who takes the bullet in his right arm. On Rotten Tomatoes, the film received an approval rating of 46% based on 90 reviews, with an average rating of April 9, 10. The site's critical consensus reads, a genuinely mediocre sequel to its similarly middling predecessor, Murder Mystery 2, could have been much better, and a whole lot worse. 12. Metacritic assigned the film a weighted average score of 44 out of 100, based on 29 critics, indicating mixed or average reviews. Some reviews of the audience about the movie. We all have been waiting for this fun sequel. It is amazing in every way. It will keep you guessing, and you might be wrong until the end. The story is just different enough, and pumped full of action. I love the mix of new and old cast. Audrey is like all of us crime story lovers. I laughed at every scene. I love the Lumbo scene, of course. I enjoyed the stunning locations and hilarity at every turn. This is a must to rewatch again and again. While I love the first movie and watched it 10 times, I will have Murder Mystery 2 on heavy rotation. Jennifer and Adam are golden and could do no wrong. Wonderful casting. Hilarious script. It has all the elements I love: beautiful scenery and locations, fun plot, great actors. It was a similar vibe to the first, and I happen to like that too. It's not the best movie of all time, and I don't think it's meant to be, but it's entertaining and light. It's great for what it is. I would recommend it. Jen Aniston looks great, and I loved her outfits ESP for the wedding. They were respectful and depicted the Indian culture beautifully. I love the travel aspect of Murder Mystery 1 and 2. Jen and Adam have great chemistry and make it fun to watch. So get some popcorn, relax, and enjoy the show. Don't get me wrong, I've enjoyed most of Adam Sandler's movies, but some of his more recent movies have been experimenting with genres and very different tones. But this really feels like a genuine Adam Sandler film. This film's full of cute, cheesy one-liners, lovely visuals, lovely set design, fun music, grumpy but warm-hearted character, loads of clichés. It's like a parody of Murder Mystery while also being a part of the genre. I know Adam Sandler can be polarizing to some, but honestly this film kept me entertained, provided some laughs, as well as some excitement with some visual stunts. I am satisfied, and for that reason, it's giving 10 out of 10. Don't forget to leave a review in the comment section. Goodbye and see you again.